guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a step-by-step tutorial on how to install a lace wig for beginners. The wig we're going to be installing in this video is by Lolly Hair. They sent over their 13x6 26-inch body wave wig. Now let's start with step number one. Step number one is always wig cap. You should never install your wigs without a wig cap. We have different types of wig caps in the market. They have a regular wig cap with different shades of brown. You just have to look for the shade of brown that suits your skin tone. And then we have the black wig cap, which you should never use to install your wigs. And then we also have the HD wig cap. HD wig caps are usually the best for bald cap method, but I don't do the bald cap method because honestly I feel like it's too much work, and for a beginner I don't think the bald cap method is ideal. I go for the regular wig cap that suits my skin tone because I wear mainly glueless wigs. It should be nicely tucked under the wig cap and make sure that it's flat. Okay, the key is for your hair underneath the wig to be flat so your install can come out flat. Then the first thing you want to do is cut the extra lace at the back of the wig. Key is at the back, not the extra lace at the front, but the one at the back. Now this step is totally up to you. You can choose to wear the wig with the adjustable strap that comes inside the wig, or you could choose to wear it without. I choose to always wear it without because I don't like tension, like too much tension on my head when I wear my wigs. If I am not using a spray to hold down the lace, then I would use the adjustable strap to secure my wig. But since I'm using a spray or adhesive or anything you're using to glue down the lace or hold down the lace, I don't like to use the strap. Now the next step is very important and crucial in your installation process. You want to wear the wig, and you're wearing the wig to see how it fits, one, and two, to see how much lace, excess lace, you need to cut around the ear. Some lace comes are actually perfect where you don't need to cut the excess lace around the ear to fit your scalp properly, while some actually do. I prefer for my lace to be bigger because if it's bigger, it's easier for me to customize and fit it the way I want. Sometimes I want a widow's peak, sometimes I don't want a widow's peak. I love my lace to be bigger so I can frame it to my face the way I'd like. If the lace is smaller, then it's harder for you to manipulate it on your head, if that makes sense. But this is exactly what you need to do. Put it on your head so you see how best it fits, where it needs to be cut, and how you need to cut it. So this next step is what I call the Lucy juice. This is a mixture of foundation, setting spray, and rubbing alcohol. I do this because I no longer bleach my knots, and the reason I don't bleach my knots is because I want my lace to last longer. I feel like when you put too much chemical on your lace, it has the tendencies of shedding faster, if that makes sense. So I use this mixture to tint my lace, and when I tint it, sis, it's stuck. It stays, and it's so easy. Like, it's a lifesaver, and it's so light on my head as well. So I just go ahead and shake it really well, spray it into my lace, and then I use a blow dryer to dry it. Now you have to keep in mind that when you wash your wig, you might have to reapply. So many times I have washed my wig and it stays, like it's stuck. I don't know what it is, but it's just stuck so many times. But sometimes you just need to go ahead and touch it up again. But it's so easy. All you need to do is just spray and dry. I love this method so much. I will not go back to bleaching. You all see the difference between how the lace looked before and how it looks now. Now I forgot to mention that we do have different types of lace. My preferred lace choice and type is HD lace. The melt is always seamless and it's thinner. It's thinner and it will melt into your scalp easily, right? But we do have transparent lace, and then I think we have regular brown lace. I don't use a regular brown lace anymore, but it's either transparent lace or HD lace. This particular lace is transparent lace, so that's the reason why I had to go in and tint it. Sometimes with HD lace you might go in and tint it as well, depending on your skin tone. For me, I do tint my HD lace sometimes, but this is transparent lace, and do you all see how melted this already looks? It already looks like the installation is going to come out well, and this is the base that you need for the next step. Now next step is to wipe your edges with rubbing alcohol and wipe. This is very important. There are a lot of times people say that got to be does not work for them, or the ebony spray doesn't work for them, it doesn't stick. Now the reason why it doesn't stick for you is because your edges were oily when you sprayed it. You need your edges to be clean, like squeaky clean, before you lay your lace down. If your edges has oils, your glue or spray will not hold. I repeat, will not hold. Me, I had makeup on, which is very, very important that I wipe really well before I go ahead and use my spray. Grill spray is still got to be. It is my baby. I use this to lay my lace every single day, every single time, every single hour. It doesn't matter. I love got to be. I think I've hacked how to use got to be, and I'm just comfortable using it. I usually spray in two ways. I could spray directly on the lace, or I could roll up the lace and then spray on my head before I put the lace back down, if that makes sense. You guys see what I'm doing, right? Sometimes I do either or, sometimes I do both in one installation. My first spray, I don't dry. I just hold it down for a few seconds just for it to kind of stick and melt naturally before I go in with the second spray. Then I dry. The important thing you want to do when you're spraying your lace down is to make sure that you're combing through every spray, because it is spray adhesive, so your hair on the lace has a tendency of actually coming together, like squishing together, if that makes sense. I don't know the right word to use, but listen, you have to comb as you go. Comb through that hair. Don't be afraid to comb through it. Once you spray on the lace, comb it. It will give you a seamless and flawless hold and install. Then you dry. I take turns side by side while I am laying the lace down. So I do one side first, melt that side, dry it, and then I move on to the other side. You want to take it side by side. You don't want to do it all at once. If not, it will not hold, it will not stick. Spray, comb, dry. Spray, comb, dry. That's how you're going to get a flawless melt. Now we're going to move on to next step, which is cutting the lace. Now this is another crucial part of your installation, because however you cut this lace is how it's going to be forever. For beginners, it's easier for you to use a blade, like a razor, to cut the lace, because if you use a scissors and you're not skilled with using scissors, you'll ruin it. Okay, so use a blade because it has the rough edges, one, and then two, you're able to cut seamlessly. Right now, what I do is I use a scissors first to cut my starting points for each side. Then I cut the excess lace off first, so I don't cut close to the hairline first. I cut the excess lace off first. Then I go in with a small scissors. I think this is like a cortical scissors or something, like it's the small scissors. You guys see the one I'm using. Then I go and use that to cut around the hairline. It is key for you to do it in steps, especially as a beginner. If you rush this process, trust me, you will ruin the entire wig. And again, however you cut the wig is however it will stay forever. There is no undoing if you mess this step up. Next step is totally optional, but I go in and create a sideburn for myself because I like the look. I'm not a full baby hair type of girl. Sometimes I do it on a wig, sometimes I don't. Like most times I actually do not. So using the opportunity to lay my lace down as well, because as you know, we cut the lace, and usually when you cut the lace, you have some extra lace that needs to be melted. So you always have to go back and touch up with the spray, whatever makes you feel comfortable, like however you think you'd like your wig to be customized on you, that suits your face and all that stuff, is how you're going to create this. Step is to flatten your part with a wax stick. A wax stick is essential in your installation process. You cannot install your hair without a wax stick, and that's just the truth. I used to use a styling foam before, but it just kind of made my hair greasy and it wasn't as slick as a wax stick. You need a wax stick. It's very important, and alongside a hot comb. You cannot install your hair without a wax stick and a hot comb. That's just the truth. You will never get that seamless flat melt of your hair if you don't use a hot comb and a wax stick. A trick to get the top of your wig flat is to not just comb through it, but press the straight side of the hot comb down when you're combing through the hair, if that makes sense. Honestly, just watch what I'm doing, because I think it makes more sense for me to show you than to explain it. But make sure that you're actually pressing it down, so you're not combing straightwards, you're actually pressing it down so that the top of your head can be flat. I hope it makes sense. Next step is baby hairs. Now, this is completely optional, totally up to you. Like I said earlier, for me, I don't like a lot of baby hairs. I do them just sometimes, but I love my sideburns. So what I'm going to be doing right now is just cutting it, curling it, cutting it again, and then slicking it down. Now for curling it, I go ahead and use a tiny straightener, and the reason why I prefer to curl it first is because it makes it easier for the product to just gliding, and it makes the hair there softer and curlier when you're about to slick it down. Like, it's just easier when you curl it first, then cut it, then slick it down, than when you just go straight up and, you know, put the products on. You guys see what I'm doing, right? Yeah. So I like to do that, and then I cut it again because obviously I don't like long baby hairs. Like, that doesn't make any sense and it's not realistic. So I like to cut it after I've curled it because it just makes the hair softer and nicer. And then to hold down or slick down my sideburns, I use Got2b. I use Got2b or the Ebin gel. They both work the same to me. I think the hold on the Ebin is stronger, but I just love the Got2b's consistency always. So another thing again that you want to do is make sure that you're wiping the excess, because yes, you're going to have those marks when you use the spray. Just make sure that you use the same wipe that you used with the rubbing alcohol to just kind of clean it up. And then what I like to do is just use the tip of my fingers with some spray and just kind of melt it down, like an extra hold, just to slick everything down. Like, it's an extra step that I like to do. Press it in so that you melt, and then it also prepares me for the band, which you see later. Then I actually would go in and use my foundation or powder to, you know, put back my makeup and also touch up the hairline a little bit. I don't need it, but honestly I just do it. So you don't have to. It's an optional step, but an important step is the band. The band will just seal everything together. It will melt your lace. It will put your wig and installation all together. You need to leave it there while you style your hair, because it will help it melt further so that your wig can last longer. I go ahead and dry it a little bit after I've put on the band. Then I go ahead and style. For this particular wig, I'm not doing too much. Honestly, I just wanted some waves in the hair, so I'm just going to use this curler and just put some waves, and that's it for this installation. It was quick, easy, simple. I hope you guys were able to follow through the process. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. Since we're done with the installation, I'm just going to let you guys watch the remaining of the video. I'm going to leave the link to Lolly Hair in the description box below alongside any other details. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
I know it's a toss up, but I hate the fact that we lost touch. Ayy, the Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying to fall through? I'ma leave it up to you. What you wanna do? Look, I'm trying to spend this time with you. Know we overdue. What you doing right now? Baby, won't you swing my way? It's been a day and I've been thinking out loud. I know I want you. Long time since the last time. Got a tab, we could run up. Knew you from the way, now we grown up. My look, yeah, made the realest ones nervous. But if you want it, tap in. I think that I know somewhere that we could go to crash land. We could keep the pace on slow jam. Don't leave me on red. Can we go back where we first began? No plans, all we had was the moment. This text, I know it's a toss-up.